Good afternoon, guys, or late morning. It's like 11-ish. Not too sure what time it is, but I know today's Tuesday because I don't have to work. I am getting ready to go and hang out with my mom. She's off every other Tuesday, so we're probably gonna go grab lunch and do a little bit of shopping. Um, I'm feeling okay. Have a headache, migraine, whatever you want to call them, uh, since yesterday. So I've been in pain since yesterday. Really, I've tried. I try not to take like Tylenol because I can't take Aleve or anything with naproxen, like ibuprofen and stuff like that, because that stuff will kill you. I should know. I had a tube down my throat because of that. Anyways, I forgot where I was going with this. Oh, yes, my headache. I can't really take anything for it. I can only take Tylenol, but I don't have any. I have Tylenol PM that I take at night when my headaches are just too much and I can't sleep. So, yeah, no Tylenol or anything. I've tried essential oils and stuff and other ways to deal with the headaches, but it's temporary fixed and it really doesn't do much for me. So I am miserable. I've been miserable since yesterday. But check out my curlies. I have naturally curly hair now that it's growing back after years of chemotherapy. And it's gone through, I guess, a life change. It's not as thick as it's not as thick as it once was, though, but it's a lot more fuller than what it was last year. And so, like, all my little curly cues are coming back. So, as my boyfriend calls them, he calls them my wings, because when my hair is dry, it's just like this chunk of hair just like sticking out. And so I was contemplating cutting my hair really short, but it's not within the season, I guess. Like, I wanted short hair for the summer, but I never really had extra money to go and get that done. And so my hair is probably in the middle of my back, and that's because I cut it last June, probably maybe to like my shoulder area, like right here. So, and that's pretty short for me. That's probably the shortest I've ever gone. I even, when a lot of my hair was falling out last year, I wanted to shave it all off, because like chunks were coming out, and um, it stressed me out that my hair was falling out, because I've never had that. Well, my hair has fell out because of the lupus, and also, it's just what it does. And well, chunks. Like, I would run my fingers through my hair, and just like chunks of hair would fall out, and so that was very upsetting to me. But now, if it were to happen again, God forbid that I have another relapse, because it happens like every 3 years. I go through like a relapse, and it's horrible. But I told myself, if that happens again, I'm not going to stress out, because hair is hair, and it will grow back eventually. And so I guess I'm promising myself now that if that were to ever happen again, and I got so stressed about how I look, I'm just going to shave it all off. So because it will grow back. So and I can always wear wigs and stuff. Wigs are cool. I've always wanted a red wig. I thought they were like super cool. And let's see. I've been pretty stressed lately. I checked the mail yesterday, and it finally happened. A lot of the hospital bills came in from where I went to go see the ear specialist, that pretty much told me nothing, and I was very upset with him. So now I'm having to wait till November to for my original appointment. So let me rewind and back up and explain the ear doctor. So when was it? In the summer, I finally got fed up with I finally got tired of my ears always ringing and being in pain, and just also contributing to my headaches. So I told my rheumatologist, and he's not like a, I don't know how to explain this without sounding mean, but he's not like my other doctors. I really like all my doctors, but he's more stern, I guess. I don't know if it's because he's a lot older than my other doctors. I don't know if that plays a huge role, but I was kind of afraid to tell him, and you shouldn't be afraid to tell your doctors how you feel, because that's what they're there for. They're supposed to help you and make you feel better, right? Well, it's not like I was uncomfortable talking to him, but I was afraid that he wasn't gonna like take me seriously. So I told him, and because he's more like a, how are you doing? How are you feeling? What are your symptoms? Okay, that's it. We'll see you in 3 to 6 months. And I guess that's why I was kind of like weary going to him. And rheumatologists are really hard to find here in town. You either have to go to either 2 hours out, or to Dallas or Houston to find like a really good rheumatologist, because there's not a lot here. They're rheumatologists here, but from what I've heard, they're not that great, I guess. Like if you see one rheumatologist and you don't like how they're practicing, it's not like they'll release you to go to a different rheumatologist to see somebody, because they all work in the same facility or something. That's what I've heard in like my support group and stuff like that. So anyways, long story short, I went to my rheumatologist and I talked to him, and well, the place where I go, they were all booked because there was only one ear doctor. And so I had just recently got insurance through my employer, and so I took it upon myself to do the adult thing and go and find an ear doctor of my own and go and get checked, because I felt like I could not wait until November. And so that's what I did. I spent most of June, like every other week, going back to this ear doctor and getting MRIs with contrast, without contrast, messing up my arm. And pretty much all in all, it was a huge waste of time, a huge waste of money, and to go and see him, because like I know there's something wrong. I can feel it and I can tell. Like you can tell when something is wrong with your own body, because your body's telling you that something is wrong. And well, I felt like he didn't believe me, and he just kind of gave me the runaround, and he was telling me that like, oh, you may have a tumor in your ear, but I won't go too much in depth with it until the MRIs come back. So I had to go and get an MRI, and just like freaking out because I feel like I have a tumor in my ear. And so I'm freaking out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to have surgery, and I'm gonna have to not work for however long, go on medical leave again, and like all these things just start running through my head. And I'm that type of person, like if you freak me out, like I worry way too much, and rightfully so, that it's okay to worry though, but I always think of like the worst case scenario, which is not healthy, by the way. And so I'm freaking out and this and that, and it turns out that there's nothing wrong, and then that he would see me in 6 months. Well, it turns out that I am not going back to him, because it was, like I said, a huge waste of time, and I missed a lot of work going and seeing him and stuff. And now the bills are trickling in, and I'm looking at these amounts saying, holy cow, how the heck am I going to pay for it if I don't even work full time? I work an average of 23 hours a week. What is that gonna pay? Nothing. Do I pay hospital bills or eat? And then like right now, hours are being cut tremendously, so that's stressing me out even more. And maybe that's why I have these headaches, because it's just, I'm not very good at like balancing things or like thinking things logically. I always think of the worst case scenario. So hey, at least my light bill is paid. I paid that this past Friday. This is, to me, this is embarrassing. But I had this huge breakdown in front of, like, he was a follow. That's what they're called. Like, it's not a resident, but he was like following that doctor. And so he came to examine me, and I just like full blown broke down, tears, snot running down my nose and running down my face, and it just, I couldn't help it. And I had talked to a counselor like in the beginning of the year, and he gave me a really good analogy of how I am. It's like I am a balloon full. I'm a how did he explain this? Okay, I'm a balloon filled with air, and when people start asking me how I'm doing, or just like when somebody has, like, they're curious, I guess that's my outlet of telling somebody, because I don't my nose itches, sorry. I really don't talk about my feelings. This is probably like the only, well, I talk to my boyfriend and stuff like that, and a couple of close friends, and because I don't want to burden anybody with my issues, because like, one, do they really care? Maybe not, but it's just, that's the one thing that I really keep to myself. It's like all the stress and the anxiety and stuff like that. I keep a lot of that to myself. And anyways, back to the balloon analogy. It's every time somebody comes and asks me, it's just like a little tear, and then air starts escaping from that balloon. Eventually enough holes will pop it, and I guess that was my breaking point, and just like full blown just crying. And I was by myself, and which made it worse because I had nobody to calm me down. And typically I don't go to the doctor by myself. I either have I always have somebody take me, but you know, at that time I was alone, and which made it so much harder for me. I'm really stressed because I can't afford, 5 doctors. I have a rheumatologist, nephrologist, a pulmonologist, a pulmonariologist, I don't know, a lung doctor, and then my regular PCP, and then an ophthalmologist. And then a new ear doctor come November. So all these specialists, they cost a lot of money. They're not cheap, even though you don't pay a copay when you go and see them. In a couple of months, you will be getting a bill. And I've learned that, unfortunately. And I don't know what to do, because I feel that I don't necessarily need all of them. But like, sometimes I hear myself wheezing, like, oh my gosh, I'm wheezing, I need to keep my lung doctor. And then I have lupus nephritis, so I don't have that great of a kidneys. Last year when I had my relapse, I lost 1/3 of my kidney function, and so I need a kidney doctor. I need my nephrologists. And they're really cool. I really like them. They're probably my favorite. And then, of course, I need my rheumatologist because he manages my lupus. And then, but it always comes. I see them like every 3 months so far. And it's just like, stop taking your prednisone. Okay, stop taking prednisone. Go to this other doctor. You need to be taking your prednisone to be working with your CellCept. And go back to another doctor. Okay, well, take your prednisone, but take it, 2.5 milligrams every other day. It's like they're not all on the same page, and that's frustrating too. and they all work on the same floor in internal medicine, but I don't think that they all like gather together and talk. You know what I mean? Because I know that's how it was when I was a kid, like when I was a teenager, when I would go to Dallas and go and have my checkup there. Like all my doctors would get together, but at the time I only had like 2, so not 5. So that's super stressful too. But I go see my ophthalmologist next month. I see my PCP next month, and then I see my rheumatologist next month. So I see 3 of the 5. So we'll see where I stand and definitely do an update. But anyways, like I said, I am gonna go hang out with my mom, get lunch, and just see where the day takes us. The day takes us. So my mom brought me to Big Lots, and as soon as I walked out of the truck, I told her, Mom, don't let me buy anything. I already have a sign in my hand. I have no willpower. I can't say no. It's barely September. It's not even October, and they have Christmas stuff up already. What is this? All right. Okay. Okay. So I just got home from lunch and shopping with my mom. I'm freaking miserable right now. Oh my gosh. My head is just killing me right now. And I don't know if it's because I didn't wear my glasses because I forgot and it's kind of in a rush when I was leaving, but it's just like all right here, just hurts so stinking much. So I got this cross right there, April 26th 2014, when I committed my life to Christ, when I was baptized. It says hope, faith, love, the greatest of these is love. 1 Corinthians 13:43. I can barely see. I don't have my glasses on. And then this little guy, got that at Hobby Lobby. Love Hobby Lobby. And then this other guy right here, if friends were flowers, I'd pick you. My best friend Ariel gave that one to me. And then coming over here, yes, I know it's only September, but I have pumpkins up here. My son is like super excited for Halloween, so we have pumpkins everywhere actually. And then I got, that's the sign that that one right there. That's the one that I found at Big Lots with my mom. And then I got the pumpkins at Target last year, and then that little jack-o'-lantern at the Dollar Tree. I love the Dollar Tree. And then these are our Hub City on Tap glasses that we got. I bought Colton tickets to Beer Fest for our anniversary. And then right here, this is probably my favorite spot. We had our very first vacation in like 3 years. We went to Las Vegas with a group of our friends. It was so much fun. And I'll have some pictures here. And then the Grand Canyon. I got I got a couple of rocks. Where's my finger? This one and that one back there. And I did get a couple of other ones, but I gave them to friends at work. And that was a keychain, but the keychain broke off. And then the Santa Rosa, New Mexico one was from 3 years ago when we went on our very first vacation together. We've been together 4 years. Crazy. And so I really like this spot. And then right over here is that enjoy the little things that I got. And then the family rule
one that I got at, where did I get you? At Ross. And I also got that the shelf at Ross too. And so I had it originally over here, but Colton came home and said that it was too close together, so I changed it over here. And I think it's crooked. I can tell that it's crooked. But I'll fix it later. Or if you squint and tilt, it kind of doesn't look as crooked.